welcome back. This is going to be our third pistol review. Let me get in my case here. Okay. I'm going to do a quick little overview of the RUGER SR9C. This is the black nitride finish. I bought this gun, a couple years ago. Yeah, about 2 years ago. Maybe a little over, I'm not. Anyway, here's the magazine. It's empty. And there is nothing in the chamber because there's a loaded chamber indicator, which I will show you how that works in just a moment. Right now I'm going to start off with saying that this was the first handgun I ever purchased because it fills a lot of roles. It's compact enough to be a concealed carry, and yet with the full size grip, this is the extended magazine, which is just a SR9 standard magazine, but it comes with a grip extension. It's 17 plus 1, so 17 rounds in the magazine. It makes it into a fairly full-size weapon, which is just fine for home defense, which is the role it's serving for me right now. Here's the sight picture. I like the sights. So, I like the sights just fine. The weight of the gun, empty with no magazine in it. I'll put this back here. I will have to do that right now to tell you because I don't know. Okay, so the gun empty without a magazine is a little over 20 ounces. With the magazine, it's about 23 ounces. Okay. With this magazine, it's quite a bit more, but you should be carrying it like this, concealed anyway. Okay, now I'd like to show y'all how the trigger pull is and the chamber indicator, loaded chamber indicator, which I actually like that. It doesn't get in the way or anything, and you can look at it and know if it's loaded or not. So what I'm going to do is load in some snap caps. Okay? Okay. These are just some A-zoom snap caps. So I'm just going to load 2 of them. Okay. Those are really slippy to get in there really easily, so I had to go off camera for a second. But here's what it's... See, so I've got 2 snap caps. They're both red and fake. Okay. Sometimes I like to kind of get the striker back to make it easier to load a round in. So I'm just going to go ahead and get it started. Again, these are fake. These are safe. So I'm going to show you how this loads up. So here's it loaded with chamber indicators up. So that's really, like I mentioned, I like it. Doesn't get in the way. I know if it's loaded. Let's check. Definitely. See? There's the snap cap. Trigger pull. It's quite light. So I like the trigger pull. It's quite light, and it's definitely got a good hard strike on the rounds. So of course once you fire, it'll go ahead and load itself. I like to check. So that's awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and take these out. Clear them. Okay, weapon's clear. Nice. Let me go ahead and put this stuff up. I don't know the exact trigger pull weight, but it's, like I said, it's kind of light, and I actually am used to it. Stefan, on the other hand, I don't know, he finds it pretty light for him. He's used to kind of a more defensive weight trigger in his Springfield XDS. But a few little downsides I'd like to mention are the serrations are fine. they're kind of sharp, but maybe I'm weak or something. But I tend to slip on them. The slide is a little slippery to me. And the other thing is that if you're doing like this, to cock, sometimes these safeties right here will scrape your inside of your hand. And I've had that happen a couple times. It's pretty annoying. So I kind of have to let go soon, because if I ride it forward, it tends to want to pinch and see, tends to want to cut my palm right there. The recoil spring is pretty tight for a compact 9. As far as reliability goes, the first time I took this to the range to fire it, let me set it up here. The first time I took this to the range to put some rounds through it, I was using Blazer brass, full metal jacket, and it had a few feeding issues, and the trigger didn't quite reset. It happened twice during the shooting, so I got it home and I took this off and cleaned it really good. I cleaned the striker channel, and I took the magazine disconnect safety out. You can look up a video on how to do that. It's not very hard at all. And then ever since then, I have had no reliability issues. It's shot everything from all the points, whatever grain. My hand loads, of course, target loads, whatever. It's been 100%. Definitely a reliable handgun for me. Takedown is easy. Lock it back, make sure it's unloaded, no magazine in, and then right here, the ejector needs to be pushed down. Just reach in there and do it, and then from here, you just take an object and you push the other side of the slide stop pin. See? And then you go ahead and pull it out. And that just comes up all the way, see? And then that's it. Takedown. You know how to do the rest. So it's pretty definitely an easy takedown. It's definitely pretty easy to take down. I don't have any complaints. So this just pops back in here. See? Put this up, and that's it. Okay, so that's it. Of course, here's the safeties. I don't mind the safeties, other than they kind of scratch my palm sometimes. I keep it like that if I have it loaded, cocked and locked. I'll just sweep it off if I need to. I think that's safe, and that's the way I like to do it. Now I'd like to discuss the difference in calibers, in my opinion, on each caliber, and why I overall prefer to carry the 9mm. So here's a little setup for y'all to see. Here we have a 380 round, 380 ACP. This is actually a Western brand, so it's like an older ammo, but it's a 380 ball round. Here's 9mm. Here's 40 Smith & Wesson, and here's 45 ACP. This is, I would say, the smallest I would carry for primary self-defense. This is definitely my favorite for all the reasons you would think. Size and weight efficient, it's cheap, get a lot of rounds, plenty powerful. 40 caliber to me is kind of a cool novelty kind of round. It is kind of an in-between. It's a fast bullet, which is neat. The 9mm penetrates a little better overall from what I've learned. So I prefer 9, but 40 is definitely a very cool, kind of unique round with its history with the FBI and all that. And lastly, we have the 45 ACP round. This round is kind of synonymous with the 1911. It's a very awesome round. I don't think there's any debate about that. It's classic. It's old. It's about as old as the 9. It's definitely combat proven, just like the 9mm. Definitely the heaviest bullet, and a lot of punch. So there's basically your top automatic handgun choices are basically around these 4 calibers. Of course, you can get into 357 Sig, but it's not as common. Pick what you like. I think the most important thing is you're carrying a self-defense weapon. I don't care what you're carrying. Pick whatever you like, whatever mood you're in that day, and go with that. Okay. Go ahead and tell me in the comments, what do y'all like the most? What's your favorite caliber out of these 4, if you had to pick? I'd like to hear that. So, thank y'all for watching. I think I'm going to wrap up the SR9 review. I would definitely recommend getting this gun if you want it. It also comes in a stainless finish. Just get what you want. I picked out the black because it seemed a little bit less common, but other than that, definitely recommend this handgun. It's one of my favorites. So, Astro would like to sum it all up with his rating.